He's finally here. He's finally with us. We're going to win the World Cup in 2026. Folarin Balogun has finally committed to the United States men's national team. The first report I have from this morning is from Fabrizio Romano's Instagram. I'm going to put the post up on the screen right now. It says, breaking news on Folarin Balogun. Huge news for the United States preparing for 2026 World Cup. As Arsenal star Folarin Balogun has now finally decided to represent the United States national team. Balogun took his time. We all know he took his time, but it finally paid off. But the decision has been made. He won't represent England and will switch to USA as United States men's national team new striker very soon. Folarin Balogun has scored 20 goals in all competitions this season for Reims on loan from Arsenal. Here we go, and good luck, Balogun. This is big for the U.S. This is really big for the U.S., and I'm going to tell you why it's big. Because we needed a striker. Yes, we have Ricardo Pepi, who has had a really good season with Groningen despite being relegated. But Balogun brings something different to the table. He's technically very good. He scores with his right. He scores with his left. He can score with his head. And it says a lot that a young talent like this, who was such a big impact with the England development team and the under-21s, he's decided to choose to play for the U.S. And credit where credit's due to Anthony Hudson and the recruitment team behind the scenes to finally get Balogun to commit to the U.S. And I think one of the big reasons Balogun has committed to us is because he knows he's going to be a key player in this system. It is a very young squad, and it's a very hungry squad, as said in the video. And I think that really drove Balogun to come to us instead of, playing for England, where he was probably not going to get many opportunities with Harry Kane, Ivan Toney, and even Tammy Abraham, who were ahead of him for Southgate. He knew he was going to get his opportunity with the U.S. and be the main man up front. And especially with this next World Cup cycle coming in and we're hosting, this is a big opportunity for him. And how Balogun is eligible to play for the U.S. is because he was born in the U.S. He was born in Brooklyn with Nigerian parents, so he could have played for Nigeria as well. And they moved to England when he was only 2 years old. This is amazing he's chose us. It gives us a lethal goal scorer. The guy has 20 goals in all competitions this season for Reims in France, and 19 of those in League One. He's 5th on the top goal scoring list in League One. He's had a real breakout year in Reims, and he's probably either going to be a first-team member with Arsenal next season, or he's going to get a big move somewhere else and be the main man. And Balogun is a natural finisher as well this season for Reims in League One. He has 12 goals with his right foot, 5 goals with his left foot, and 2 goals with his head. So he's clearly a natural goal scorer. He's a poacher. He can finish with either foot, and he can even head the ball. Balogun has already made 10 appearances with Arsenal and scored 2 goals. And then towards the later end of the season, the second half of the season, he won in 2022. He went to Middlesbrough, where he made 20 appearances and only scored 3 goals. So this season in Reims has obviously been a very, very good breakout year for him. And there's definitely going to be some speculation with him in the summer where he's going to go, where he's going to play, whether it would be a first-team spot in Arsenal or somewhere else or anywhere, really. I mean, he's got a lot to think about this summer where he wants to go. But the most important thing is he is with the United States men's national team this summer, and he's going to be linking up with the U.S. in Vegas for the CONCACAF Nations League semifinal against Mexico. There is no better team you can make your debut for the national team with than playing against El Chile and Mexico in a CONCACAF Nations League semifinals in Vegas. It doesn't get much bigger than that to make your debut for the U.S., especially against our rivals, Mexico. And I'm going to go ahead and say it now. I'm going to go ahead and say it. Balogun is going to score on his debut. No questions. He's going to do it. Watch. And the whole story with Balogun is so interesting how we recruited him. When we found out that he was born in Brooklyn and he had this big breakout year, it's almost as if everyone in the country just said, we're going to do our part here to make sure you feel welcomed if you decide to join us and why you should join us. I mean, he even said in his interview, and I'll pull it up on the screen right now, he said, my decision to represent the United States came together with my family. In the end, it became a no-brainer, but for sure, it's just something I wanted to do, and it feels like I'm at home here. To represent the United States means a lot more than people would know. I'm very proud and honored to have this opportunity, and want to give everything I have to make our team successful. And he goes on again of how proud he is to represent the U.S. and how his mom was like, what took you so long, which I really found funny. And then another thing I'm going to put up on the screen now, it says, with his potential to still represent the USA known to U.S. men's national team fans, Balogun felt the love from supporters when it became known that he was spending vacation time in Orlando. Now, I'm going to backtrack a little bit because it's so funny how we recruited him. When he got called up to the under-21 squad in March, and then he withdrew from, quote, injury is what the coach said. We all saw his Instagram posts where he was on vacation, and then I'm going to pull up this picture right now. This picture right here, you can see in the background there's an advertisement right there. That picture was taken in front of a bar in Orlando, which is where the United States were playing back in March against El Salvador, where they won 1-0, where Ricardo Pepi scored. But everyone was just spamming Balogun's Instagram posts. I remember seeing it myself under the comments. It was nothing but USA flags under almost every single post. So all the USA fans did everything they could to recruit him. And this is the quote that I'm about to read to you, and I'm going to pull up on screen now. I think that's when I really saw the full force of the USA fans. I was there, and I just posted a photo with my friends thinking that it was just a holiday picture. Before I knew it, I just saw loads of comments, and people knew I was in America. And I just really felt the love from there. There's been a lot of build-up, so I've obviously seen people saying that I should choose to represent the U.S. It's just something I'm really happy that I've decided to do. So, credit to the USA fans for doing their part because he has finally committed. Balogun is going to be the main striker for the U.S. Now, what happens to Ricardo Pepi and Jesus Ferreira? If you ask me, I think Jesus Ferreira is going to have a really tough time making it back into the squad, especially with Pepi, who is firing up goals left, right, and center, as well as Balogun. And Jesus Ferreira is too, but he's in the MLS, which we all know is not a league like League One or even the Eredivisie in the Netherlands. And Pepe's going to get a big move in the summer on top of that as well. He's heavily linked with some Premier League clubs like Crystal Palace. He was linked with PSV, who I think would be the better option for him if you ask me. Balogun has ultimately decided to play for the U.S. He could have played for Nigeria, he could have played for England, but he has committed to the United States men's national team. He's going to be the main guy. He's going to be the one bagging goals left, right, and center with this young and talented squad we have already with Yunus Musa, Serginho Dest, Christian Pulisic, Weston McKennie, all these guys. All of these guys are going to be unified, and they're going to be hungry to succeed. And I think that is another big reason why Balogun has decided to represent us. And with the World Cup coming in a few years on home soil, this is the perfect opportunity and perfect timing for him to step in and be a part of the plan and to succeed. He even posted on Instagram of the United States logo. He had this big build-up video saying, let's make history together. And I agree, Balogun. Let's make history together. Anyways, guys, that is it for this video. Please make sure you leave a like on the video and let me know your thoughts on Balogun down below in the comments, and subscribe if you haven't already. I promise you, as I said in the last video, you are not going to want to miss the upcoming videos in the next few months, because I promise you, as I said before, it is going to be big, and I think it's really going to shift this channel, and it is going to be awesome, and I want you a part of the ride with me. So make sure you subscribe, and I will see you all in the next one.